What can I say that hasn't already been said to you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? When it's clear as day, Star Wars is dead and massively big-headed women killed it. Despite media publications such as Men's Health running defense.
The Acolyte is 8 episodes of uncharted Star Wars ground. You haven't seen the galaxy far, far away like this before.
Yeah, you haven't seen Star Wars so absolutely bad that you're literally lamenting that the series continues. I've watched this whole series. This show is processed food for the brain. Nothing is real, everything is artificial and designed to try and appeal to as broad an audience as humanly possible. But it fails miserably, and it gives you type 2 diabetes. For any Star Wars fan out there feeling tired of the same old, well, I've got some good news for you. The Acolyte is definitely, decisively, objectively not that.
Oh boy.
Disney Plus' new series comes from the Russian doll creator Leslie Headland. And after years of going up and down the timeline of Star Wars family,
whatever. Listen, I know a paid ad when I see one.
That's an ad. That's an ad.
And Lord knows I've read enough of them in my lifetime. What else has Access Media got to say? Oh, Kotaku. Oh, yes, this'll be good.
Star Wars The Acolyte is doing a different kind of fan service, and it rocks. The Disney Plus show is leaning into unapologetically horny part of the fandom, while also expanding the lore in fascinating ways.
Man, oh man, I cannot wait for Kotaku America to go tits up, like its Australian counterpart. Tick-tock goes the clock, you little shitbags.
The Acolyte, much like its main character, resists definition and placement in Star Wars' decades-long legacy, and that's the biggest strength.
Really now?
The Disney Plus series ticks many boxes that the more traditional masculine fans of the franchise have been begging for over the years.
So let's skip all this garbage before I vomit.
While also aggressively and unapologetically catering to the feminine side of the fandom with a hot bad guy and heaps of sexual tension. We've never seen anything like it in Star Wars media before, and that's breaking some brain.
When a woman has no ideas or creativity on how to make something interesting, she always uses sexuality as a placeholder for talent. Change my mind.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I'm not reading the rest of Alyssa Mercanti's takes because she said the show had, and I quote, thoughtful lore. The Acolyte tries to capture creative storytelling and expansion on the Force itself, but it does it so haphazardly that it's disgusting. As I've stated before, and I'm afraid I'll have to reiterate, it's clear Leslie Headland was heavily influenced by Knights of the Old Republic, but she doesn't have what it takes to make a story compelling like Knights of the Old Republic. The fact she hired people that don't know Star Wars only magnifies the issue at hand. If you're incompetent, the smart thing to do is to hire someone more talented than you. In spite of mainstream media pretending that The Acolyte is a huge success, numbers don't lie. The Acolyte's Nielsen rating shows the Disney Star Wars fan base has plummeted by 75%. How could this happen? The Acolyte features strong female characters and woman-centered figures.
Woman-centered figure.
Oh, don't forget naked Asian men. Men's Health said this show is breaking the glass ceiling. It must be those goddamn dirty bigots on YouTube doing this. It has to be them. After the powerful song written, directed, and performed by the lead actress, you would think that this show would have won an Academy Award by now. Oh well, I guess it's just patriarchy, misogyny, and racism holding it back. And on that note, episode 7 of The Acolyte exists, and that's the best way to sum it up. This was an episode where they saved money by reusing footage from previous episodes. Bravissimo. The Jedi are now archaeologists, for all extensive purposes, studying a planet that was uninhabitable because of a hyperspace drive accident. But somehow, it rebounds using the Force, and it turned a dead planet into a lush green world within only 100 years. How could the witches do this? We'll never know. I guess it was the power of one, the power of two.
The power of many.
No! Or it was an idea lifted from Star Trek, The Search for Spock. This episode only solidifies how Leslie Headland's take on Star Wars was written by people that knew nothing about the Jedi or Star Wars as a whole. All the Jedis are emotional and easily manipulated, except for the female Jedi Master. She is obviously the only one that isn't a dumbass. Saul becomes obsessed with these two twin girls to the point of where it just feels weird, frankly. He just met these kids, like he saw them, and he goes full Michael Jackson. He wants to be around them all the time. He's climbing the side of a mining facility just to see what the kids are up to. There's one scene where he's talking about the girls may be in danger.
What if the girls are in danger?
And his head is pointing away from the camera, and it's lit so dark you can't really see his face, clearly using a voiceover at this part, which is funny. Anyway, he feels that Osha's meant to be his Padawan.
She's meant to be my Padawan.
Why don't you take a seat? Take a seat, right over there.
This is not how Jedis operate. Soul doesn't act like a Jedi Master at all, and at times this makes his character seem completely and utterly unfit to have reached the rank of Master Jedi. It's stupid. The Padawan is homesick for Coruscant. It makes no sense. It completely undermines the Jedi tenets and their way of life. He's overly attached to going home, but not his real home. He wants to go hang out with the other Jedis. While talking to the witches, somehow the mother invades his mind. This is a pointless conversation filmed in a way that made it seem like the people doing this were thinking, this is trippy, right? This scene comes off more like something from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas rather than Star Wars.
You are a strong and good Jedi. You are a strong and good Jedi. But you have natural desires you suppress. Ask me. Ask.
Tell me about the f***ing golf shoes!
And what are his natural desires? To leave or get laid? Guess what? I don't know and I don't care. Now kneel. Kneel before the Matriarchy, you foul heterosexual male. They then go back and talk to the Jedi Council. The Jedi Council tells them to bring their asses home. But Soul's not having any of it.
They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
He is devoted to helping these young girls that seem like they're fine. It's such a weird overreaction. This is fueled by emotion. They find out that the twins have magic blood that cures arthritis but not bad writing. So the Padawan rushes back to the witches to find the kids so he can prove that they have some BS going on, and once he does that, he can go home. That's pretty much his raison d'etre throughout the entire episode. The Jedi Council told them basically to leave them alone and pretty much pack it in. So you're going home anyway, but you know what? This makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it. The women have a council meeting where we're told that the twins are very important to the witches. For what? I don't know, and I don't care. I'm sure it'll be established in season 2, which I hope to God never gets greenlit. The show sucks. The fire scene we're just skipping. Not even talking about it. The Jedis then go in to fight the female dating strategies Reddit group in the most anticlimactic misunderstanding that leads to senseless loss in human cinema history. Why is everyone else in slow motion except Soul and the witch mother that's turning to dust? Don't think about it. Just consume product. When Soul stabs the mother with the lightsaber, you realize that she suffers the same wound as the chick from the Ahsoka TV show, except the girl from Ahsoka lives and the mother died. That's the power of plot armor and bad writing from show to show. There's just no consistency here, man. Horn Mother starts fighting Soul, but he's like, no, I have run out of English words to use. So then she also turns to dust and takes over Kalnaka's mind with the other witches. This turns into an overly long lightsaber battle that you don't care about, and it has no impact or meaning. But the witches are defeated single-handedly by the female Jedi, Carrie-Ann Moss, because of course. It's so weird. This chick can drop a Jedi and she can completely decimate other women's minds, but a soup kitchen knife kills her instantly. Consume product and don't ask questions. By the end of the episode, we get a stupid conversation that's not fitting of Jedis that have spent their entire lives training. Everyone in this episode operated on emotions and confirmation bias. Sounds like the writers of this show are mostly women in the Alphabet Gang. I could elaborate more, but I'm not, because I'm done. I'm starting to feel bad for Carrie-Ann Moss, honest to God. Being a part of 2 horrible franchise-killing projects in a row. I guess it would be soul-crushing, but the check's cleared, so what does it matter, am I right?